Many people in the world pala do not have real conversations with their own family members. There are so many rich business people who come and go in the world.
Yes.
They come, they leave, they die. Nobody remembers them. Even their own grandchildren do not remember them. Human beings are the most illogical animal in the world. If you don't write or express yourself, only you and God will know that you are a genius.
Yes. Good morning, guys, and welcome to episode 1 ng ating Pandesal Talks. Wilson, nice to have you in the show.
Yes. Welcome.
Welcome to you. All right. So, Wilson, ang tagal na nating we've really talked about, starting a show, no? I remembered parang 2 weeks ago, or that was like a month ago, wherein we just sat there in this exact table. Yes. And then we actually talked 2 hours about different stories.
And you said you wanted to share these stories.
Correct, diba? Wherein you mentioned wherein President BBM called you, wanted to do a segment here, and it filled up. It filled up the entire cafe, diba? With a lot of media journalists. BBM, and then, correct. And then nakwento mo rin na there was this one interview you had with the Uniqlo's president, diba?
Yes.
Tapos medyo hindi ka pa nakapag-prepare nun.
That's the only time I've never
prepared. Correct, right?
My hobby of writing.
Yeah, and your stories have always fascinated me, Wilson. And I just wanted to be that young guy, or that person to help you chronicle your story, diba?
Great
but
idea.
In the same way, kinochronicle natin yung buhay mo, but in the same way, we want to help others learn on what it takes to have businesses alongside a media platform like Pandesal Forum.
Yes.
All right. So, why don't we get things started, Wilson? Tell us about your media journey. Diba? You're a columnist in Philippine Star.
Yes.
You are also a moderator in Pandesal Forum. Diba?
Also, columnist in Abante.
Even in Abante, diba?
Tagalog, a Filipino newspaper.
Correct. Can you tell us...
And also billionario.com.
Correct. Can you tell us, how did you end up in the media space? Bakit ito yung chinus mo, right? Even as a Chinese Filipino na usually siyang D or business yung gusto natin gawin.
It's actually my hobby. Most people think it's my profession because it's more high profile. More people see it. But I'm actually in real estate business. Now also in the bakery business because I bought real estate na my bakery, which is Kamuning Bakery Cafe. I started out as a kid in grade school when my mother, who was a teacher, encouraged me to love writing and love reading. My mother, when I was in grade school, I remember, she told me, Wilson, when you grow up, become a doctor. Sabi ko, sorry, I don't have the aptitude for it, no interest in medicine, cutting up frogs and all that. Wala akong interest sobra. It's a noble profession, not interested. Sabi niya, sige, if you don't want to be a doctor, become a novelist. Write novels. Na-shock ako.
Ang layo ng talon. Ang layo ng talon, no?
I was a grade school. I think I'm the only ethnic Chinese in the Philippines who has a mother na telling her only son, grow up to be a novelist. Ang sagot ko, my answer to her at that time, sabi ko, at that time, not yet popular ang mga local novels and all that. There's no big literature industry in the Philippines to speak of. Most of our books are imported from the US and the West. I told my mother, do you want me to start? Nobody I know in the Philippines is a full-time novelist at that time.
Yun.
Nobody, yun parang Monday to Friday, full-time job writing novels. Wala akong alam. Even Nick Joaquin, the national artist na great writer, who is the most highly paid literary writer I know of. He had to work as a full-time journalist. On the side lang yung literature. Other great novelists in the Philippines have to work full-time in advertising, in academe, professors. Writing a novel is a sideline only. So I told my mom, sorry, we are not in China, we are not in Europe or America, where there are people who are full-time novelists. So, natawa na lang siya na ayaw ko, and I could not forget what she told me. My mother told me, alam ko, you'd like to be a businessman like most Chinese in the Philippines. Yun ang tradition natin eh. But my mother told me, Wilson, there are so many rich business people who come and go in the world.
Yes.
They come, they live, they die. Nobody remembers them. Even their own grandchildren
Correct.
do not remember them. But if you are a good literary writer, you just write one outstanding novel.
Yun.
People will remember you for centuries. William
That's
Shakespeare,
beautiful.
600 ilang years na from now, people still remember him. Li Po of China, 1,000 years already, people still memorize his poetry in grade school all over Asia. So sabi ng mother ko, do not belittle the importance of literature.
Yes.
I know where it's coming from because she's a teacher, she likes writing, she likes literature, books. So to impress my mother as a grade school student, I started writing
Yun.
just to make her happy. I started out writing letters to the editor, and whenever my name comes out in published form, in print, I will show my mom. She would be very delighted. She would be very proud. She would tell all the neighbors, all the fellow teachers in Grace Christian High School, and everyone she knows. She would even send it abroad to her relatives na her son was published na daw. Even though letter to the editor, only a small. So, ako din naman, the effect on me, iba yung the effect of seeing your name.
Yes.
Your name
Yes.
in print. And people reading it, you're delighted and excited.
Exactly.
So, I got addicted.
Okay.
I started writing and writing.
Yeah.
So, I learned to love writing. and reading.
Looking back, Wilson, no,
Yes.
you've chosen this career,
As a
right?
hobby.
As a hobby,
Hindi career,
and
it's a
now,
hobby.
and it was sort of initially an addiction, diba, of seeing yourself in that newspaper.
It is still a hobby.
Right, or an article, right? I want to ask naman in terms of how choosing media profession gave back to you from a financial standpoint or economical
Yes.
standpoint. Meron din ba?
Yes. Meron, interesting. Indirectly, I started out in real estate in 1995 without capital.
Yes.
I was working for a real estate company in the purchasing department.
Yun.
When I was in the purchasing department, Lance, I was assistant purchasing manager, 1990s, 95. And then I was doing all the usual work sa purchasing department, but I was snooping around, looking around the entire real estate company. I noticed one thing. I noticed the sales department where you have all the brokers, sales manager, everything. The outstanding salespeople there, the top salespeople, earn more than the top executives of the company.
Wow.
So when I observed them, sabi ko, kaya ko to. I enjoy doing sales work. It's a more outgoing type work. You go out, you meet all kinds of people. So I went to the owner. I told the owner, can I be transferred to the sales department? Nagulat yung owner. Sabi niya, Wilson, do you know what you're getting into? Do you know, pag na-sales ka, wala kang fixed salary. That means, you're not
Commission.
sure. Commission basis lang yan.
Correct.
Whenever you have a sale, you have a small percentage, that's your income.
Correct.
You have an allowance. The allowance is very small amount, a fraction of minimum wage.
Yes.
Pang-gasolina mo lang yan,
Yep.
pang-transportation. Ang masama pa, if you don't have a single sale the entire month, your allowance is zero.
Okay.
And isa pa, if you're in the sales department, you are not considered employer-employee relationship with the company.
Yeah.
So walang siyang obligation to give you SSS, Medicare,
Yes.
PhilHealth, none of all that.
Yep.
So wala ka. You
Yeah.
have to take care of that yourself. You're not considered an employee of the company.
I see.
Walang 13 month, walang ganyan. So sabi niya, are you sure you want to be there? So I said, I want to. So I was transferred there. And going back to your question, ano ang use of writing and love of reading to me financially? It has tremendously helped me in being a better salesperson.
Beautiful.
To beat
Beautiful.
all the other salespersons.
But could you expound on that, Wilson, right?
Yes.
Habang nagbebenta ka, right? Habang making a sale, right?
Yes.
That's where the insights that you get from books come in?
I'll tell you.
Is that it?
Yes. I believe by being a wide reader of all kinds of topics, all kinds of news, all kinds of books, I believe I became a better communicator. I became better in empathy. Empathy.
Talaga.
Whoever I talk to, doesn't matter, masungit, mabait, matanda, bata, doesn't matter
Correct,
what
correct.
profession that guy is.
Correct.
If he's a factory owner, if he's
That's
a
nice.
top doctor,
Yeah.
whoever you are, I have many things to say about your profession,
Okay.
your business, your background, your family history, your regional background, your hometown. I have
Correct.
something to comment about. Usually when I sell, I narrow it down to people with capacity to buy. So I only visit prospects who are wealthy or with good income.
Okay.
Yun lang.
Okay.
So whenever I go to people like that, they're very busy. They are busy in their profession, in their business. So usually they will tell the secretary without me hearing about it. I know that. Sasabihin nila sa secretary, itong makulit na to, ask him for an appointment. Give him only 5 to 10 minutes. Ha? And then after that, you have to come in and tell them, I'm busy.
So,
you have to-
so within that 5 to 10 minutes,
you have to make an impression.
you have to make an impression, no?
Some people have to make a sale within 5 to 10 minutes
Okay.
or 20 minutes.
Okay.
I know I could not do that. So ako naman,
Okay.
I sincerely love stories.
Okay.
I'm a person who loves reading novels, books, all kinds of stories, news. So every person to me is interesting.
Okay.
Every person is a source of a story, whether industry, history. In fact, whenever I go to a person, I observe the office already. Anong mga nasa wall, what portraits, what picture frames, what hobbies, what books in the office. And then that would be my topic for conversation.
Galing.
And I would also basic research that person.
Okay.
So I would know what to talk about and what are things that would interest him and disinterest him. So very fascinating. Maybe 80 to 95% of people I talk to always extend beyond the 10-20 minutes period.
Wow.
Sometimes it
Wow.
would become half a day.
Right. So
It would
dapat
take
lagi
2
kang
hours.
para kang may baon na kwento, para kang may
Yes.
baon na insights about that person in making a sale, right?
And you have to read about everything,
Exactly.
interested about everything.
Exactly.
So, a person wants to talk about something, hindi ka maboboard na.
Yeah.
Sometimes, the very bad thing about salespeople, they go there like a robot with tape recorder.
I agree.
They have a line that
A
is
spiel, already
they have a
spiel.
spiel that
Correct.
they will talk over your head.
Yun.
You're not interested. You dislike talking about that topic.
Correct.
You don't need it.
Correct.
And they will still
Correct.
ramble on.
So, wala na po, 'di ba? Labas-pasok. Labas-pasok
may
lang,
inis na.
right? Yep.
But you have to talk to them as
Correct.
a person.
Correct.
And then make them feel the need. Because I realize one more thing. Based on all my readings and talking to people, human beings are the most illogical animal in the world. What do I mean illogical? It's not true human beings are logical. We are very emotional. We are not logical. I noticed that when people go to the department store
Yep.
and try to buy something,
Yep.
after they buy something, they go home, they regret it. Why did I buy this? Why didn't I
Impulse buying, no?
So I noticed that people buy based on emotion, not
Yes.
too much based on logic. So sometimes when you go to a person, he's in a bad mood. The wife quarreled with him in the morning. The previous day, the mother got sick, hospitalized. Or maybe he had a lousy business deal that
Yep.
floundered or something. So minsan, wrong timing.
Yep.
You should never give up and basta talk about things that interest him primarily. It's about him, it's not about you.
Galing.
Most
Galing.
salespeople go to a person like a preacher,
You're-
like a politician or a pastor.
In your face. Puro in your face,
Yes,
no?
They will sell something based on what I want you to like. But you don't draw out that person.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I realized one thing pa, I was shocked. Many people in the world pala do not have real conversations with their own family members or people in
Walang-
the office. And when I talk to them, it's like very rare times a guy is listening
Grabe.
and listening to what he
Right.
wants to talk
Right.
about.
And I remember nga, Wilson, right? You told me then this story, and even in the national level, having that training with media or having that training with being able to read and write well,
Yes.
even propelled Barack Obama
Yes.
in his road to presidency.
I keep telling people,
Di ba?
people have this wrong impression that writing is only for
Journalists. Correct.
for columnists,
Correct.
for advertising copywriters. Not true. I believe writing is like magic, like Harry Potter. Why do you mean magic? Kasi when you write, there are ways you can affect another person. You write a nice letter to your dad
Correct.
or lolo saying Happy Grandfather's Day or sorry. Nothing is better than handwritten or writing
Correct.
something and give it.
And you have time to really
Oo, para
think
sa-
about that thought, diba?
Very
Think about,
rare na that people write something. They just text it, they just ano. So when you write something, make an effort, and people read it. Like example, you have a boss that is very cranky or doesn't understand you. You cannot sit down and talk to him 20
Right,
minutes about
right.
you. You can write a very nice 1 or 2, 3 page letter.
Right.
Make an effort.
Right.
You will say, ay, mali pala ako. Or ako'y nagka-apologize siya. I will forgive you.
I think
Or you want a promotion.
correct.
So, if you are very good in writing, you can write the best memos as a salesperson, as a doctor, in the hospital, as an engineer. Lawyers cannot be good lawyers without being good writers. Kaya si
Yeah.
Barack Obama,
Yeah.
na he's a young guy,
But he
no-
wasn't a politician or anything, right?
he was a local state
Grabe.
legislator. He's not
Yep.
even a national
Yep.
figure. But he was a lawyer who read a lot, who wrote very well, wrote one memoirs book, autobiography about himself and his father and his life.
Okay.
Very outstanding, eloquent bestseller, caught the attention of many people, and he's a good speaker.
May
Catapulted him to
charisma.
the presidency.
May charisma,
Yes.
diba?
Kaya, importante, learning to read and learning to write well is not just for journalists. It's not for a professional writer lang. It will make you a better
Ganda.
speaker. It
Ang
will
ganda.
make you a better teacher. It will make you the best doctor in the hospital. I'll tell you one more thing, Palans. If magaling ka, if you're very smart, if you're a genius with a 1,000 rating IQ, but if you don't write or express yourself, only you and God
Yes.
will know that you are a genius.
Yes.
But
And-
I realize one thing. Some people who are not even a genius, maybe 5% lang of the intelligence of an intelligent guy, but he is very eloquent. He keeps on expressing himself verbally and in
Yep.
writing.
Yep.
A lot of people will think he's a genius.
Yeah. People sometimes think nga that the smartest people in the world are snobs
Yeah.
because they don't know how to share what they know. Diba? In a knowledge,
These
diba?
snobs are only known because they passed the exam, summa cum
Exactly.
laude.
Exactly.
But beyond that, people wouldn't know it.
Galing. Wilson, from the many people that you've interviewed,
Yes.
could you name a few that you knew was a great writer and a reader that you think has propelled him in his life talaga? You know, kahit local personality, local politician, no? Anyone.
One person na I think is super eloquent in writing and talking, the late Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago.
Oh,
She
okay.
invited me to her
Okay.
house in La Vista, Quezon City for
Wow.
lunch one time.
Wow, ah.
And I could not forget, there was a room inside her house with a lot of bookshelves. And parang it's like a mini bookstore. So when I went in, sabi ko, wow, this is very nice. This looks like a small bookstore. When I said that to her, na wow, ang ganda naman ito. Do you know what she said? Don't you have something like this also? Natawa ako. I actually have many, many books at one time. I know hindi na uso right now. It's no longer popular and in fact to own a lot of books because people now like to read online.
Correct.
But before the online craze, there was a time I counted my books. It was 50 or 80,000
Yes.
books or more.
Wow.
I spent too much time
Wow.
on books. I love.
Wow.
I buy more books than what
Yeah.
I could read.
Grabe. Grabe.
Noon, pag may allowance ako, even if I skip merienda or whatever, I would save money to buy
Grabe.
books.
Grabe, no? I mean, rest in peace to the late, great Miriam Defensor. But,
Very good writer
Diba?
and very good speaker. And I remember she has an anecdote she told me. She was a young bureaucrat in one government office. Suddenly daw, her boss asked her to drop a speech that night
yun.
for the late President Ferdinand Marcos.
Yep.
And she told me, I could not forget the anecdote now. na at that time, there's no teleprompter yet. Ngayon, President Bongbong Marcos, Joseph Estrada, Gloria Arroyo, all of them, whenever they talk, they have teleprompter. We don't know that. In the audience, we wouldn't see that. Teleprompter, may mga glass na transparent. Words will come out and they just read.
Galing.
So they seem like geniuses, di ba? Pero during the time of the late President Ferdinand Marcos, walang teleprompter. So sabi ni Miriam, she was asked by her boss to write a speech for President Marcos to be delivered the following morning.
Grabe.
So she wrote a speech now and then submitted it to the boss. The boss gave it to the office of the president. Then the next morning now, she went to the event. She listened to the president and she was amazed. The president now, the late President Marcos, memorized her entire
My God.
speech.
My God.
Sabi niya. So,
Grabe,
aside
right?
from Miriam Defensor Santiago, another person na I not interviewed, not my time to interview, I was a kid pa, si the late President Ferdinand Marcos.
I see. I
Another
see.
person who is like that, who else? Jan Kokomoy loves to read books, pero
Yep.
he's not a
Yep.
writer. Eh.
Yep.
Many other people I know who are very good in speaking.
Yeah.
Chris Aquino.
Really?
Chris
Really?
Aquino loves to read.
I heard nga kapag binenta daw ni Chris tong cup na to, sold out agad yan.
I'll drink coffee.
For whatever reason, For
She's
whatever...
very good in managing her life, her career,
Oo nga eh.
and in speaking because she loves to read.
Exactly.
And who
Oh,
else
talaga.
loves to read? Ann Curtis.
Ann Curtis. Talaga, even Ann Curtis.
She loves to read a lot. I
Wow.
remember I went to the dentist. We have the same dentist.
Yep.
Dr. Mark Gunn.
Yeah.
Steve Mark Gunn. One time I was in the clinic with Dr. Steve Mark Gunn. Doon din si Ann Curtis sitting, waiting for the dentist.
Yep.
Tapos, I got a piece of paper, scotch paper and ball pen. Sabi ko, uy, Ann, I heard you're a bookworm. You
Yeah.
love to read books.
Yeah.
Give me top 10 favorite books that you love to read. Grabe. She gave me a list of 10 serious literary novels.
Wow. Wow.
One of the novels I remember she mentioned was The Unbearable Lightness of Being by Milan
Grabe.
Kundera, who just passed
Grabe.
away a few years ago or this
Grabe,
year.
no?
I haven't read that book yet.
Yeah.
Even the book by Nabokov yata,
Grabe.
Lolita or something. But she has a list of 10 books. So these are people I know. Sharon Coneta is one person also.
Yeah.
Very eloquent and very well read.
This episode just showed that celebrities, government officials,
Who are good.
diba, senators are all actually well versed, no, with their books, with writing, and with general media know-how.
Cargill.
No? Yeah,
The singer,
exactly.
she reads a lot. And
Grabe.
she even writes poetry.
Grabe. Now, we will jump into our Pandesal segment,
Yes.
diba? Wherein, in this segment, usually, we choose one pastry here in Kamuning Bakery Cafe. And then, Mr. Wilson here, right, would be telling us a short, 2 to 3 minute story about the bread for everyone's
lang.
reference lang. Wilson,
Alam mo-
what is in our plate today? Diba? And what is this bread?
Our plate is the #1 bestseller of Kamuning Bakery
Wow.
since 1939. And it is also, by the way, not only Kamuning Bakery, it's the #1 bestseller in all, I think, maybe in 95 or 99% of all bakeries in the Philippines.
Wow.
Which is Pandesal. Of course, the fancy foreign branded bakeries, baka hindi ang bestseller to. Pandesal is the favorite bread of the Philippines everywhere. And when I bought this bakery, sa Kamuning Bakery, I thought it was an invention of the Spaniards that we copied from them. I thought it came from Mexico or Latin America. I realized one thing, Lance. We are the only country in the world with authentic and original pandesal.
Wow.
Not in Spain, not in
Wow.
Mexico, not in Argentina.
So it was a Spanish influence, pero tayo talaga yung
I think partly
Nag-originate.
Spanish influence, but not entirely.
Wow.
They ate breads, we ate rice.
yeah.
In fact, may sinabi na tinapay daw originally meant rice daw.
Nice.
So this one, sa Spain walang pandesal.
Yep.
In the Philippines, we are the only ones with pandesal. In Spanish, it means bread of salt. A lot of people keep telling me, may salt siguro yan sa recipe. Not true. In all the bakeries in the Philippines, you ask, even in Kamuning Bakery Cafe, there's not even one little piece of salt inside this pandesal. Walang asin dito. Why do they call it
Yep.
pandesal, bread of salt? May theory. Look at this. Lance, this is 1939 era pugon or wood-fire brick oven. Do you know, in our traditional brick oven, the entire floor is salt. It's an entire bed of salt.
Okay, okay.
I think worth more than 1 million pesos worth ang salt dyan. The entire floor
My God.
below it is all
My God.
entirely salt. Do you
My
know
God.
why? I discovered one thing. This pugon oven kasi is preservative of heat. We put the firewood here. We put the firewood here, mga trees, mga parts of trees, diba? Barks and branches. We burn here all the fire, and it spreads the heat around the oven. here.
Okay, okay.
So, ang use pala of salt, I discovered, why do they spend 1 million pesos or more to put salt down there? It keeps the heat there for hours and hours. Our bakers, our
Yeah.
panaderos, they start baking bread before the sunrise. One thing I admire about bakers in the Philippines and in the world, while everybody is sleeping, we are soundly natutulog na sleeping, bakers like farmers and fishermen have to rise from their beds before sunrise, start doing work. So they start baking here 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yep.
You come back at night, 9 or 10 in the evening, the entire oven is still very, very hot. You can still bake anytime, anything here
Yeah.
because of the salt. So my theory is they call this pandesal maybe because the breads are baked in an oven with a floor of salt. Pero
Galing.
no salt inside.
Pandesalt, no? Parang
Oo.
pandesalt,
Oo,
no?
pero
Yung,
walang-
yung dating niya.
Mali yung misconception of people na may asin sa loob ng pandesal.
Correct, correct.
Zero
That's amazing.
salt. In fact, some bakeries deviate from the traditional classic Filipino pandesal. Nilalagyan nila ng asukal. They even add sugar to it. I think that's sacrilegious and that's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
the correct way to do it. There's no right and wrong, pero the real way to do pandesal, no
I see.
sugar
I
and
see.
no sweet. Because
Okay.
our coffee is already sweet,
Yep.
so it's good to dunk
The bread, correct.
Not sweet.
Awesome. Ayun, thank you, Wilson, for that pandesal fact for the day. And thank you, everyone, for tuning into our episode 1 of Pandesal Talks. See you again in our next episode. Thanks, Wilson.
Thank you, Lance.